Hello everyone. So today we are going to continue to see the 60s and 70s art and postmodernism art. So we saw this timeline last class. So we learned abstract expressionism and pop art in the last class. So today we are going to see photorealism, minimalism, installation art, conceptual art, video art, and feminism in 60s and 70s. And we are going to see a brief postmodernism art today. Let's see photorealism first. So pop arts focus on imagery in the mass media, inspire the artist to look more closely at photographs. So in trend called photorealism, they began to paint what they saw there. And Chuck Close is an American painter, artist, and photographer. He makes massive scale photorealist portraits. And Close often paints abstract portraits of himself and others, which hang in collections internationally. So Close also creates photo portraits using a very large format camera. So this is Chuck Close painting. We saw this painting when you do the transformational self-portrait drawing, right? So this the super realistic portrait paintings on large canvases are his famous style of art. So Close had been known for his skillful brushwork as a graduate student at Yale University, and Close began a series of paintings derived from black and white photographs of a female nude, which he copied onto canvas and painted in color. As he explained in a 2009 interview, he made a choice in 1967 to make art hard for himself and force a personal artistic breakthrough by abandoning the paintbrush. So throughout his career, Chuck Close has expanded his contribution to portraiture through the mastery of such varied drawing and painting techniques as ink, graphite, pastel, watercolor, contact crayon, finger painting, and stamp pad ink on paper, and also printmaking techniques such as measure tint, etching, wood cuts, lino cuts, and silk screens, as well as handmade paper collage, Polaroid photographs, daguerreotypes, and jacquard tapestries. And the next art movement we are going to see is minimalism. So minimalism is an art movement that began in post-World War II Western art, most strongly with American visual arts in the 1960s and early 1970s. The movement is often interpreted as a reaction against abstract expressionism and modernism. It anticipated contemporary post-minimal art practices, which extend or reflect on minimalism's original objectives. So Donald Judd was an American artist associated with minimalism. In his work, Judd sought autonomy and clarity for the constructed object and the space created by it. So this is his work. Looks very simple, right? So he abandoned the painting for sculpture in the early 1960s. In his essay, Jude found a starting point for a new territory for American art and a simultaneous rejection of residual inherited European artistic values. These values being illusion and represented space as opposite to real space. And the next art style in 60s and 70s is installation, and many of contemporary artists use that style. So installation art is an artistic genre of three-dimensional works that often are site-specific and designed to transform the perception of a space. And many of minimalism artists, they love to use this installation technique to install their work of art using this space. So minimalist sculptures were shown carefully positioned in the architectural spaces of a museum or galleries. So artists created installations and spaces conceived of as works of art or viewers to enter and experience. And there was conceptual art emerged in 60s and 70s. So conceptual art is art in which the concept or idea involved in the work take precedence over traditional aesthetic, technical, and material concerns. So conceptualism is not a style, but a way of thinking about art, and artists have put it to many different uses. So many conceptual artists worked with language for words when written and taken on a double life as image and idea. And this is Yoko Ono's conceptual art. So Yoko Ono's Grapefruit is a conceptual artist book. An artist book is a work of art that is based on the idea of a book and what a book does. So we accept that books are made of paper, are bound, and contain information. So artist book plays on these truths. And the next art trend in 60s and 70s is video art. So portable video cameras were first made available to the general public in 1965, and the first two works of video art quickly followed within weeks of each other. One was by Andy Warhol. We saw him in the last class when we learned pop art, and he had been asked by a magazine to experiment with one of the new devices. And the other one was by Namjoon Park, who recorded from a taxi his view of the papal motorcade during the Pope's historic visit to New York in 1965. So this is Namjoon Park. So Namjoon Park is a Korean American artist. He worked with a variety of media, and he is considered to be the founder of video art. So Namjoon Park internationally recognized as the father of video art, created a large body of work, including video sculptures, this is the one, and installations, performances, videotapes, and television productions. He had a global presence and influential, and his innovative art and visionary ideas continue to inspire a new generation of artists. So there is a video about Nam June Paik's video art. So please watch it for understanding the video art. You can see the detailed work process through this video. And the next art movement we are going to see is feminism. So feminist organizations had originally been formed around such issues as equal right and equal pay. So because images are powerful and pervasive in contemporary society, visual culture quickly became a feminist concern, both in art and in the media. So women art professionals organized to recover women's art of the past, to push for more equitable representation in museums and galleries, and to nurture contemporary women artists. And Judy Chicago is an American feminist artist, art educator, and writer known for her large collaborative art installation pieces about birth and creation images, so which examine the role of women in history and culture. So by the 1970s, Chicago had founded the first feminist art program in the United States. So this is Judy Chicago's dinner party work of art. So it is perhaps the most important work from that time. A collaborative work, the dinner party was executed with the help of hundreds of women and several men, arranged around the triangular table are 39 place settings, each one created in honor of an influential woman, such as the Egyptian ruler Hatshepsut and the novelist Virginia Woolf. The names of an additional 999 important women are written on this tile floor. And over the course of the 1970s, it became clear to many people that ideas about art that seemed to have been in place for much of the modern era were eroding and that something different was taking their place. So this new climate of thought came to be called postmodernism. The term postmodern was first used to describe architecture such as Rancho Piano and Richard Roger's Georges Pompidou National Center of Art and Culture. So I will show you two famous postmodernist artists now. So this is the first artist, Damien Hirst. So Damien Stephen Hirst is an English artist, entrepreneur, and art collector. So he's one of the young British artists and who dominated the art scene in the UK during the 1990s, and he is reputedly the United Kingdom's richest living artist. So this is his work of art. So most of Damien Hirst's works are focused on death since his father's death. And his works are profound and give us thoughts about life and death. And this is one of the popular work for the love of God. So this is a sculpture by Damien Hirst and produced in 2007. It consists of a platinum cast of an 18th century human skull encrusted with 8,601 flawless diamonds. So these are real diamonds.
Wow.
Yes, looks very expensive, right? And this is a pear-shaped pink diamond. It is located in the forehead. So that is known as the skull star diamond. Very beautiful scar. So there is a video about Damien Hirst in the model room. So please watch the video to see his diverse work of art. It is going to be fun because he shows very fun works, but profound. And Matthew Barney. So Matthew Barney is an American contemporary and postmodernism artist and director who works in the fields of sculpture, film, photography, and drawing, and whose works explore intertwining connections between geography, biology, geology, and mythology, as well as themes of conflict and failure. So this is the artist. So Barney created 5 videos in a series he titled the Cremaster Cycle, named for a muscle in the male reproductive system. The videos are filled with odd characters like this, engaged in unusual behavior with no master plot or dialogue. And Barney plays many of the characters on an overarching theme is creation, including human reproduction. And in this photograph from Cremaster 4, the first video, Barney presents himself as a satyr, the mythological creature who is part man, part goat. The character is inspired by a type of ram that lives on England's Isle of Man, where the film is set. So this is Matthew Barney's Cremaster Cycle trailer video. Please watch this video about life and death. So this is the last chapter of the course. I hope to enjoy to see diverse postmodern and contemporary works of art through this chapter. And we have a discussion today. So this is today's discussion topic. It's in week 15 and discussion 15.2. So watch postmodernist artist Matthew Barney's Cremaster trailer video. This is it. And this is about conflict and failure. And write a brief discussion about his work and write your experience of failure and how to overcome that difficult situation. So this is the last discussion of this course, and please post your discussion by tonight and reply to your peers by tomorrow.